And hello, everybody. It's baseball time in Wichita. Game 2 of the championship week is underway. Game 1 went 17 innings, and one was won by the San Diego Force. Game 2 will be the Liberal BJs against the Everett Washington Merchants. I'm Todd Hook along with Chris, Jack, and Vic. We're bringing you live NBC action today. The BJs are the visiting team. They come in 27-12, and here's how they're going to go. Marcus Shoemaker will lead it off and play right field. Garrett Scott will hit second and play left field. Jaron Robinson will be at shortstop and hit third. Colton Onstott will be in the cleanup spot. He is the designated hitter. Cale O'Donnell will hit fifth and play first base. Trent Maloney will be over at third and hit sixth. Kyle Schmidt will do the catching and hit seventh. Zach Cook will hit eighth and play second base. And rounding out the order in center field, number 1, Nate Crosman. Defensively for the Everett Washington Merchants, Atwell will be in left. Holm will be in center and Aluko over in right. Witt will play third base. O'Brien at short. Olmstead at second base. And Levine over at first. Thompson will do the catching. And on the mound for Everett will be Peter Irvin. He has thrown in 2 games this summer. 9 1/3 innings pitched. He has given up 6 hits. 4 runs, all earned. He has struck out 17, only walked a couple. He is 1-0 and has a 3.86 ERA. Irvin, a 6'8", 215-pounder out of Lewis and Clark. He's out of Redmond, Washington. And game 2 is going to be underway here at about 5:27 Central Time, about an hour behind schedule. And here's Marcus Shoemaker. Shoemaker steps in from the left side. Irvin getting situated out there. Big, tall, lanky left-hander. And the first pitch is high, ball 1. Shoemaker comes in hitting .453 in the league. He is playing right field tonight. And that is a strike on the outside corner. Count even 1-1. Shoemaker out of Colfax, North Carolina. And that is in there for call strike 2. So he's behind 1-2 now. Ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff man, Shoemaker. And that is wide. Fastball at 86, just missed. A little herky-jerky action there from Peter Irvin. And that's wide. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff man, Marcus Shoemaker. Large BJ contingent here in the stands, making a lot of noise. We welcome everybody watching from Washington State. And that is wide, ball 1. And he'll walk him. So a leadoff walk to Marcus Shoemaker. And the BJs are in business here in the top of the first. Here's Garrett Scott. Scott steps in from the right side. Good lead over there by Shoemaker. And the first pitch is in there for a call strike. Good fastball from Peter Irvin. And welcome everybody from Everett, Washington. We hope you have as good as weather as we have here. About high 80s, and that's bounce foul. High 80s, not too much wind. What wind we do have is blowing in from the east. That'll be blowing in from right field. This ballpark here is on the banks of the Arkansas River, just southwest of downtown. Beautiful location. And here's the 0-2. That is high. Ball and 2 strikes. Game 1 went 17 innings. And the Force come on top, out on top of that one, 3-0. Runner goes. That is popped up. Luco coming in, and that'll be in no man's land. That'll drop in between the right fielder, Luco, and the first baseman, Olmstead. And there's that wind that's blowing in from right field. Excuse me, that's Levin. Levin could have made that catch. That was not far behind his position. I think he thought that ball was going to trail. A little farther than that. We're waiting on the official ruling. Nonetheless, we have runners at first and second. Nobody out. And the pitch. Here's Jaron Robinson. And that's high, ball one. Robinson comes in hitting .372 in the Jayhawk Collegiate League. And that is swung on and missed. Good hack here from Robinson. Ball and a strike. Looks like they're going to give Scott a hit on that one. And that'll be one hit for Liberal. Here's a 1-1. That is just inside. Good fastball from Peter Irvin at 88. It was a good cut fastball. That started out inside and moving back over the plate. Just missed, 2-1. Runners at first and second, nobody out. That is swung on and fouled back.
That foul ball is brought to you by Graphics, Wichita Vital Graphics Specialist.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, runners at first and second. We're in game 2 of championship week. And that just missed inside, 3-2. Irvin out of Redmond, Washington. And here's the 3-2. That is swung on and missed. And that'll be strike 3 to Jaron Robinson. 1 out now. This will bring up the cleanup guy, Colton Onstadt. Onstadt hitting in the designated hitter spot. Steps in from the left side. Hitting .347 in the Jayhawk League. Onstadt out of Potter, Nebraska. Second-year man out of Dodge City Community College. 6 foot, 200-pounder. 1 out, runners at first and second. And that is swung on and foul straight back. Shoemaker reached on a leadoff walk. Garrett Scott got on with a C&I dog pop-up. And Jaron Robinson went down swinging. You are caught up. And off-speed pitch misses high. Ball and a strike. And here's a 1-1. Just a bit inside. And tried to check his swing. They appeal. And he went around. Ball and 2 strikes. Looked like he went around from here. And here's the 1-2. Just missed high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, runners at first and second. We're in the top of the first, game 2. Runner goes. That is swung on and fouled back. 21 pitches so far for Peter Irvin. A little more than you would like in inning number 1. See if he can settle in here. Maybe get a ground ball, get out of it. Strike out right here. We'll see. And they attempt a pick at second. Shoemaker back in there. And here's the 2-2. That is swung on and missed. Runner goes. Onstadt will be out swinging for out number 2. And Shoemaker down to third with a stolen base. And this will bring up Cale O'Donnell. He is the first baseman, hitting .391. O'Donnell out of Fort Collins, goes to Metro State. 6'2", 200-pound right-hand hitter. Looks like we're going to have a timing violation. That'll be go against Peter Irvin. Not fast enough to the plate. That'll be ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. And a pitch swung on and fouled back. Runners at the corners for the BJs. We're in the top of the first. Nobody, no score. Two more games after this one. Denning Gehrig will bring you game 3. And then Frank Martinez, game 4. Runner goes. That is swung on and popped foul.
That foul ball is brought to you by Aegis Group. For all your insurance needs, call Aegis or visit AegisGroupProtects.com.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runners at the corners. 5th man to bat in the order for the BJs, Cale O'Donnell. Runner goes. That is swung on and missed, and that'll do it for the BJs. So Irvin strikes out 3. BJs leave 2. We're through a half an inning, no score. We'll be right back.
Mom, we're gonna be late.
I know.
And welcome back. We go to the bottom of the first. No score from game 2. Here's how the the home team, Everett Merchants, will go. Ty Holm will lead it off and play center field. Max Witt will play third base. Jake Levin will play third base. In the cleanup spot will be Austin Atwell. He will play left field. Austin Aluko will hit 5th and play right field. Matt Thompson will do the catching and bat 6. Connor Anderson is the designated hitter and will hit 7th. Kevin Olmstead will play second base, and rounding out the order will be Connor O'Brien. O'Brien will play shortstop. Here's Ty Holm. Hit .311 in the regular season. He is playing center field. First pitch to him is in the dirt, ball 1. Left to right in the outfield will be Scott, Crossman, and Shoemaker for the BJs. Maloney will play third base. Robinson at short. Cook at second. O'Donnell over at first. Schmidt will do the catching. And that is a call strike to Ty Holm. 1-1. Sam Beatty will be on the mound. 43 2/3 innings of work this summer. And that is driven into center field, and that'll get down for a base hit, so that'll be a leadoff hit for Ty Holm to start the bottom of the first. Sam Beatty appeared in 7 games. He gave up 48 hits, 23 runs, 12 earned. He struck out 45, only walked 5, 2.47 ERA. This will bring up Max Witt. Witt playing third base today, hitting .380 coming in. First pitch to him is wide, ball 1. Wind continues to blow in from the east-southeast. That is in from right field. And the 1-0. That is popped to left field. Scott on the run near the line, and that will be out of play. Ball and a strike to Max Witt. Witt out of Granite Falls, Washington. He goes to Lewis and Clark. Matter of fact, he just graduated, 5'11", 185-pounder. Steps in from the left side, so we have a left-on-left matchup. And tries to check his swing, and he goes around. So Witt in the hole, 1-2. And that is Brooksie's bat. That is snagged by O'Donnell. Flip to the pitcher. Beatty over to cover just in time. So a good play. O'Donnell, he lays out to his right. Snags the ball, flips to Beatty, and that'll be out number 1. One out. Here's Jake Levine. Hitting .500. He plays first base. First pitch to him is low, ball 1. Levin out of Redmond, Washington. He will be a senior at Central Washington, 6'5", 235. That's linebacker material there. And a pitch to him. That squirts away from Schmidt. And that will be a pass ball. Home down to third. Ball and no strike to the 3-hole in the lineup. Jake Levin. And the pitch. That just missed outside. 2 balls to nothing. Pretty good spot by Sam Beatty. Two more games to follow. Come on out. And that is low. And he'll lose him. So a 1-out walk issued to Levin. And time now for the cleanup guy, Austin Atwell. 429 in the regular season, playing left field. Steps in from the right side. First pitch to him is high, ball 1. Atwell out of Clarksville, Tennessee. Graduated from Lindsey Wilson, 6'1", 200-pounder. And the 1-0. Runners at the corners. That is fouled back. That leaving it up 1-1. What I can gather, the Merchants are 10-6 on the season. Good catch by a fan. Come to the ballpark, need to expect the ball to be hit to you. Got to be ready. And here's the 1-1. Good change of pace from Beatty. And Atwell swung through it. 1-2. And here's the 1-2. Broke his bat. That'll be to the shortstop, over to second for 1, back to second. Not in time, a run will score. Ball was not hit sharply enough to turn. Got the lead man, Levin, at second base. Atwell will reach on the fielder's choice. And 2 outs. Everett leads it 1-0. We're in the bottom of the first. Here's Austin Aluko. Aluko steps in from the left side. And the first pitch to him is low, ball 1. And the 1-0. That is wide. Both pitchers struggling in the first inning. Beatty gives up a run here in the bottom of the first. Merchants lead at 1-0. And here's a 2-0. That's in there for a call strike. Good spot from Beatty. 2 balls and a strike. Good velocity at 86. And that is in there, same place. Maluko not so sure. Pretty good location from Sam Beatty from where we're sitting. We're right above home plate. And here's a 2-2. Change of pace, blocked nicely by Schmidt. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So the runner will be off with the pitch. Atwell needs to make sure that Beatty goes home. And here it is. That is fouled back. And we'll send everybody back and we'll try again. And here's a 3-2. That is bounced to the left side. Maloney up with it. Over to first and got the speedy Aluko by a step. And that'll do it. But the Merchants get one. They lead at 1-0 after one. We'll be right back.
For every celebration, for every 6 a.m. wake-up call, for every heartache, for every homecoming, for every home, there is York. Environmentally responsible and technologically advanced to provide the optimal home environment while keeping you connected. Life by you. Comfort by York.
Kansas City. Learn more at martinprego.com. Today's organization, the Kansas Children's Service League. Many general contractors gauge a success in the number of projects completed, the value of projects sold, and the number of employees that they have. At Key Construction, there's only one variable by which we measure our success: a truly satisfied customer. We've built a lot of things, but mostly we built relationships. Hey fans, make sure to stop by customer service and purchase a parking pass for just $50. You'll be able to park like a VIP and get 15% off of all foods at Emerson Biggins East, Emerson Biggins Old Town, Jersey Bar and Grill, and Luke Place. The VIP parking lot is located just south of the stadium.
And welcome back. We go to the top of the second. BJ's trail the Merchants from Everett, Washington, 1-0. It'll be 6, 7, and 8. Scheduled for the BJ's, it will be Maloney, Schmidt, and Cook. Looks like we're going to have a timing era. Strike one. It appears that Trent Maloney a little tardy getting into the box. 21 pitches through the first half inning for Peter Irvin. He's out for inning number 2. And the first pitch to Maloney is high, and that'll even it up 1-1. Ball and a strike. Maloney hitting .309, playing third base. And that is high. 2 balls to nothing. Maloney out of Castle Rock, Colorado, goes to Metro State. And that's in there for a strike. 2-1. 6'2", 180-pounder. Left on left matchup here. And that is squirted to the left side for a base hit. Maloney just stuck his bat out there, went with it, and hit it with some velocity to left field. So that'll be a leadoff hit for the BJ's. And Maloney is 1 for 1. Here's Kyle Schmidt. Schmidt doing the catching, steps in from the right side. Hit .389 in the Jayhawk League this summer. Runner goes. And the throw down. And he's in there. Throw was right on the money by Thompson. Maloney runs well, and he'll steal it.
Only at Taco Bell. Breakfast starts at 7 a.m. every day. Sometimes you just
So
gotta live boss.
Maloney at second base, nobody out, runner in scoring position, and chance to tie it up with a base hit right here. And they chase Maloney back. Irvin with a good move. And that's high, ball one. BJ's 27 and 12. We'll get to their historical numbers just in a little bit. And here's a 2-0. That is up the middle, gloved by O'Brien. Over in the hole, over to first in time. Good play by O'Brien at short. Go pretty far to his left to get it. Maloney down to third with one out. This will bring up the 8-hole man, Zach Cook, hitting .296. Playing second base, hits from the left side. Cook out of Flower Mound, Texas, goes to the University of Texas, Arlington. Plays for a good friend of mine, Darren Thomas, down there. Shout out to Darren if you're listening in. And that's in there for a called strike. One of the best pitchers to come out of Tyrone High School, Darren Thomas. On to Seward, Oklahoma Christian. And that misses high. Count even 1-1. He's got it going good down there at the University of Texas, Arlington. Ball and a strike to Cook. And that is driven to center. Home ranging over to his right. Runner will tag. And the throw is late. And Maloney will score. So credit Cook with an RBI. And there's two outs. Not a whole lot chance for Home to throw him out. He was kind of ranging to his right. Hard to get anything behind that throw. And Maloney runs very well, and we're all tied up at one apiece. Here's Nate Crossman, center fielder. And he takes a strike. Crossman hitting .351. Crossman, a local guy out of Derby. He's goes to Neosho County. And that is driven down the left field side, foul. It'll be in the BJ bullpen. Two outs. Liberal has tied it up in the bottom. Correction, in the top of the second. One run, two hits for the BJs. One run, one hit for the Everett Merchants. And that's wide, 1-2. Irvin tried to get him to chase something. He's laid off of it. And the 1-2, that is wide, 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. We're in the top of the second. And that is fouled back.
Foul ball brought to you by Graphics. Install Final Graphics Specialist.
Count remains 2-2, nobody on. Two outs. All knotted at one. And that is fisted foul. Good at bat here by Nate Crossman. Good battle. Crossman, 6 foot, 195 pounder. And here's the 2-2. And it's fisted foul back this direction. Got to pay attention. That ball will go through the net up top. I think they just found that out. Good crowd continues to file in. And a 2-2. Off-speed pitch just missed outside. Pretty good spot for Irvin. Three balls, two strikes, two outs. Leadoff base hit by Trent Maloney comes around to score, and that's in there for a call strike, and Crossman will go down looking with a call strike at the knees. After 1.5, we're all tied at 1. We'll be right back.
1, 2, 3, 35, 36, 37, 58, 59, 60.
And welcome back. We go to the bottom of the 5th. We're all knotted at 1. Liberal BJs, Everett Merchants tied at 1. We go to the bottom of the 2nd. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 for the Merchants. They get 1 in the bottom of the 1st. It'll be Thompson, Anderson, and Olmstead. Beatty out for inning number 2. First pitch swinging. And that's to Maloney over third base. He has trouble finding the handle, able to get a hold of it and throw over there and just get Thompson by a step. Thompson is retired for 1 out. Here's Connor Anderson. Anderson hitting in the DH spot. And he takes a strike. Everett won this national championship in 1988. This is their 5th appearance. And that's low, ball 1. Ball and a strike, 1 out. They have a great history and a strong following. And that is in there for a call strike on the inside corner. Connor Anderson in the hole, 1 and 2. Anderson out of Fife, Washington, 6'5", 225-pounder. He is yet to commit for this fall. And the 1-2. Good change of pace by Sam Beatty. And that'll be out number 2. And this will bring up Kevin Olmstead. Comes in hitting 143 for the season, playing second base. First pitch to him, off-speed pitch is in there for a call strike. Olmstead out of Grant Pass, Oregon. Goes to York College. He'll be a junior. 5'9", 185-pounder. Here's the 0-1. That is squirted foul. Olmstead in the hole, 0-2. Thompson bounced out to third base. Anderson struck out. And you're up to date in the bottom of the 2nd. Nobody on. And that is inside. Ball and 2 strikes. Everett hits .315 as a team. They're giving up just a smidge over 3.5 runs a game. And that's wide. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And that is a 1-hopper to the second baseman, Cook. He's up with it over to first in time, and the Merchants go in order. We've played 2 from Wichita. Everett 1, Liberal 1. We'll be right back.
This bud's for the dream and the people bold enough to pursue it. For those who come from nothing and rise to something. It's for those who take everything this country has to offer and make it their own.
And welcome back. We go to the top of the third. We're all tied at 1. And here's the Liberal BJ's history. This is their 14th appearance. They're 55-24 overall. Last appearance last summer, they were 9th, and they've won it 5 times, and they've been in the finals 12 times. So big history for the BJ's and the Jayhawk League. Top of the order here is Shoemaker. Walked and stole a base in the first and was stranded. It'll be Shoemaker, Scott, and Robinson. Irvin out for his 3rd inning, and that's wide, ball 2. Two balls and a strike. Swung on and missed. Good fastball from Irvin. 86 mile an hour. He got that one by Shoemaker. And a 2-1. And that is in there for a call strike. That'll even it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. BJ's coming in hitting .325 as a team. That is wide, ball 3. Giving up 3.3 runs a game. Pretty stingy. And here's the 3-2. That is popped to left field. Atwell over near the line and a couple of steps in foul territory, and he will make the catch for out number 1. Atwell had him shaded that direction. And here's Garrett Scott. He's 1 for 1 today. Singled and was stranded in the first. And that's high, ball 1. Scott out of Klein, Texas. He goes to Western Texas. 6'1", 190-pounder. 272 hitter in the Jayhawk League. That is bounced through the left side for his 2nd hit of the ball game. So Scott swinging a very hot bat. He's 2 for 2.
Scott records his 2nd hit of the game, brings up the shortstop, number 5, Jaron Robinson.
That's a 1-out base hit for Garrett Scott. And Liberal has something cooking. Here's Jaron Robinson. Struck out in the first. He's 0 for 1. Robinson out of Rockford, Illinois. And he goes to Murray State. Pick throw over by Irvin. And Scott's in there. And there's the first pitch to Robinson. That is wide, ball 1. Absolutely stunning day for baseball, mid-80s. Light winds out of the east. Come on out if you're in the area. That is swung on and fouled back.
That foul ball is brought to you by Aegis Group. For all your insurance needs, call Aegis or visit aegisgroupprotects.com.
Ball and a strike, 1 out to the shortstop, Robinson. Pick to first. Not sure we've really seen the good pickoff move from Peter Irvin just yet. Pretty good lead over there. And that is fouled back. Good fastball. Robinson seems to have it timed. And just got under it. This is game 2 of the day, game 2 of 4. Cyclones and the Stars will be coming up next. Denning Gehrig will have that one for you. And that swung on and missed. And that'll do it for Robinson. So his strikeout, second strikeout of the day. 2 outs. Here is the cleanup guy, Colton Onstadt. Comes in hitting .347. He's in the designated hitter spot. Left on left matchup. Runner goes. Here's the throw down. And Thompson unable to find the handle. And that'll be a stolen base for Garrett Scott. Looked like Thompson was able to find the handle. And he threw that one right into the ground. Ball and no strikes to Onstadt. Runner at second base in scoring position. And that's wide. Good fastball, just missed. .53 pitches for Irvin through 2 2/3. And that is into center field for a base hit. They will send the runner and he will score easily. And that will be a 2-out RBI base hit for Onstadt. Scott will score. And the BJs lead it 2-1. And this will bring up the 5 spot, Cale O'Donnell. Hitless today, 0 for 1. He struck out in the first. O'Donnell hit .391 in the regular season. First pitch to him. Pick over to first. And Onstadt back in there. O'Donnell out of Fort Collins. 6'2", 200-pounder. And that is driven to right field. Aluko, few steps in, and he's camped, and that'll do it. BJs get 1. They lead it 2-1 after 2.5. We'll be right back.
Davis Moore is proud to support our local schools and teachers through organizations like Project Teacher that provide free school supplies to students in the greater Wichita area. Through the month of July, we're collecting school supplies like pencils, crayons, glue sticks, markers, and paper. Stop by any of our dealerships with your donation so that together we can help get supplies into the hands of children in our schools. From all of us at Davis Moore, thank you for your continued support to help our community.
And welcome back. We go to the bottom half of the third. Liberal takes the lead, 2-1. For the Merchants in the bottom of the third, it'll be 9, 1, and 2. It'll be O'Brien, Holm, and Witt scheduled. Sam Beatty out for inning number 3. I got him at 35 pitches through 2 innings. And the first pitch to O'Brien. And that is low, ball 1. Brian comes in hitting .267, playing shortstop. And the 1-0. That is a one-hopper, two-hopper to Cook. He's unable to backhand it. And that will go as an error. So O'Brien will reach on the error. And the Merchants have something going here in the bottom half of the third. Top of the order, here's Ty Holm. Singled and scored in the first. He's 1 for 1. Holm out of Maryville, Washington. Goes to Concordia Irvine. Shows bunt. Pulls it back, takes a ball. Little small ball here for the Merchants. Ball and no strikes. Shows bunt and takes a strike. Good spot on the outside corner by Sam Beatty. Beatty, a Hayesville Aviator in the Jayhawk League in 2015. And the 1-1. That is in there for a call strike. Home behind an account. Ball and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Runner at first base. Leadoff error by the BJs. That is to the right side, smothered by O'Donnell. And there's nobody there to flip it to. And that will be a base hit for Home. He is 2 for 2. So with nobody out, Merchants have runners at first and second. This will bring up Max Witt. Witt bounced out in the first, hitting .380 coming in. Left on left matchup. First baseman creeping in. And the bunt is down. Third baseman fields it. And there's nobody there to cover. Not sure how they'll score that one. That's pretty cotton-picking good bunt by Max Witt. That's about as good as you can get. And that's a pretty good push there. And they have him loaded. So O'Brien down to third. Home down to second. And just like that, the Merchants have him loaded up with nobody out. Here's Jake Levin. Walked in the first and was forced out at second. Looks like the corners are going to come up even. And that's inside, smothered nicely by Schmidt. And ball and no strikes. 4 hits for the BJs, 3 for the Merchants. And that's wide. 2 balls, no strikes. BJ's in strong need of a strikeout or a double play ball right here. Looks like they're willing to concede the run for the out. And that is up the middle for a base hit. That'll get down. 1 run will score. Here is the throw. And the second run will be in there. The throw will be a little bit late. So O'Brien scores and Home scores. And the Merchants lead it 3-2. That'll be 2 RBIs for Levin. First and second, nobody out. Here is the cleanup guy, Austin Atwell. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first. He's 0 for 1. And an off-speed pitch floats in there low. Ball 1. Ball and no strikes. Nobody out. And that is fouled back. Good hack from Atwell. Inning started with the 9-hole man reaching on an error. Base hit by Holm and Witt. And the 1-1, that is up the middle. Back to the pitcher, over to second for one, back to first base for the double play. So Atwell is doubled up. Witt down to third, and that'll help the BJs immensely. And here's Austin Aluko. 0 for 1 today, bounced out in the first. And that is bounced to the right side. It'll get through for a base hit. So Aluko will have a base hit and an RBI. And the Merchants lead it 4-2.
Catcher number 21, Matt Thompson.
This will bring up Matt Thompson. And first pitch to him is a strike on the outside corner. Thompson 0 for 1, bounced out in the second. Thompson out of Maple Valley, Washington. Be a junior at Lewis and Clark. And that's just misses outside. 1-1. 51 pitches through 2 2/3 for Sam Beatty. And that's in there for a call strike. Ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs, runners at first. 3 across so far for the Merchants. That is swung on and missed, and that's going to do it. The Merchants leave a runner on base. They get 3 in the inning. They lead it 4-2 over the Liberal BJs. We'll be right back.
It's time to make a muscle and make a difference, Wichita.
Davis Moore has partnered with the MDA for more than 15 years, supporting the Drive to a Cure efforts of curing neuromuscular diseases and improving the quality of life for kids like these.
During the month of August, the Davis Moore Auto Group will proudly donate a portion of this month's sales to MDA. If you'd like to help, come into any one of our Davis Moore locations to make your donation. Help us drive to a cure under the big American flag.
And welcome back. We go to the top of the fourth. BJ's trail the Merchants 4-2. For the BJ's in the fourth, it'll be 6, 7, and 8. Maloney, Schmidt, and Cook scheduled. Maloney 1 for 1 and a run scored and a stolen base, hitting .309 for the season. Peter Irvin out there for inning number 4, and it's in there for a strike. Irvin now with a 2-run cushion. We'll see how he responds to that. And that's wide, ball 1. And that is bounced to the right side. Couple of hops to Olmstead. Juggles it a little bit and is able to compose himself and throw out Maloney. 1 out. Always field the baseball on your terms. You wait for it to come to you. Nothing but trouble can happen. That kind of happened there to Olmsted. Here's Kyle Schmidt. That is driven to center field. Home on his horse. Going back and makes the play over his head just before the warning track. Schmidt put a charge in it, nothing to show for it. That's out number 2. And here's Zach Cook. Cook 0 for 1 today, 296. And he takes a ball high. Cook out of Flower Mound, 6 foot, 175 pounder. Left on left matchup. And that is bounced foul. Ball and a strike. And there it is. That is swung on and fouled back. Ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs, nobody on. We're in the top of the 4th. BJ's trail Everett 4-2. And that misses wide. Count even 2-2. 2 more games to follow after this. Still time to get down here and settle in. Here's the 2-2. They're going to check his swing. Appeal to third base umpire, and he did not go around. I think he did check his swing. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Good job by Zach Cook to hold up on that one. And here's the 3-2. That is fisted, and that'll just get into left field for a base hit. That was off the hands of Zach Cook, just strong enough to muscle it into left field for a 2-out base hit. So Cook is 1 for 2. And this will bring up Nate Crossman. Crossman 0 for 1, a strikeout in the 2nd. 5 hits for the BJs, 6 hits for the Merchants. Runner at first base, 2 outs. Throw to first. Cook is back in, standing up. And that is up the middle for a base hit. And Cook on his way to third, and he'll be in there. Throw is a little bit offline. That allowed Crossman to go to second base. Good base running by the BJs. Very aggressive base running. And that's back-to-back hits by the bottom of the order. Top of the order now, here's Marcus Shoemaker. Runners at second and third. Looks like we're going to have a visit to the mound. Looks like Harold Pyatt's going to come out and talk about it.
Hey, fans, head on down to the concourse near the elevator to purchase tickets for the
The Colorado Cyclones will take on the Kansas Stars right after this one. Big crowd filtering in for that. And then the late game will be Santa Barbara, California Foresters versus the Derby Twins. Don't want to miss that. Conference is over. Looks like they're going to stay with him. There is some action in the Everett bullpen. Looks like John Salmon's getting loose. Salmon's a right-hander. 66 pitches through 3 2/3 for Peter Irvin. And that's way high and in to Marcus Shoemaker. Almost hit him. Shoemaker 0 for 1 with a walk. Popped out to left field last time. And that is high. 2 balls and a strike. Remember, the game times tomorrow have been pushed up. The first game will begin at 11. We will have 4 games tomorrow. So instead of a 1:30 start for the first game, it'll be an 11 o'clock start. So you want to keep that in the back of your mind. And a 2-0. That is driven down the left side, foul.
Foul ball is brought to you by Graphics, Wichita Vinyl Graphics Specialist.
Irvin trying to get out of it with no damage. He leads it 4-2. And that pitch is in there. Good strike at the letters. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Leadoff man Shoemaker hit .453 in the regular season. And here's a 2-2. Just missed outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pretty good pitch by Peter Irvin. And here's the payoff. And that's foul back.
Everybody clap your hands.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runners at second and third. We're in the top of the 4th. And that's in there for a call strike. Good pitch on the outside corner. And Shoemaker will go down looking here in the top of the 4th. Liberal strands a couple. We will go to the bottom of the 4th. 4-2 Everett. We'll be right back.
Mount up, take off, and chase the sun. Experience more of what makes Kansas great. And let K-Tag help you get there. 236 miles of road, endless destinations of wonder. Start your adventure with K-Tag. Get your free K-Tag at myktag.com.
And welcome back. We go to the bottom of the 4th, bottom third of the order for the Merchants. They lead it 4-2 over the Liberal BJs. 7, 8, 9 schedule will be Connor Anderson, Kevin Olmstead, and Connor O'Brien. Anderson steps in. He's 0 for 1. Struck out in the second. Hit .214 in the regular season. Looks like Sam Beatty out for his 4th inning of work. I've got him at around 53 pitches. And the first pitch is fouled back. Strike 1. Anderson out of Fife, Washington. 6'5", 225-pounder. And the 0-1. That is bounced foul. Count even to Connor Anderson, 1-1. Crowd starting to fill the place up. We've got the Kansas Stars playing next. And that is bounced foul. And here's the 0-2. That is foul back. Good at bat by Connor Anderson. Good battle. Anderson in the designated hitter spot. And here's the 0-2. Good change of pace from Sam Beatty. And that'll be strike 3. So Anderson will go down for the second time tonight. One down here is Kevin Olmstead. Olmstead bounced out in the second. Hit 143 in the regular season. Olmstead out of Grant Pass, Oregon, York College. And he takes a strike. Ball and a strike. That is up the middle. That will be off the foot of Sam Beatty. He recovers and throws late, and that'll be a base hit for Olmstead. And with one out, the Merchants have something going. Looks like we're going to have an injury check. Looks like the BJ skipper, Daniel Parker, will go out to talk about it.
Hey fans, stop by the York booth located in the concourse next to the customer service and enter for a chance to win a free thermostat. You can also pick up a misting fan to keep cool in the stands. Once again, you'll pick up a free misting fan from the York booth located.
Looks like Beatty is going to be okay. Going to take a warm-up toss. And he's ready to go.
And the Colorado Cyclones. Stay cool with York.
And,
The shortstop, number 7, Connor O'Brien.
and this brings up Connor O'Brien. Reached on an error in the third and scored. One out, one on. And the pitch to him is in there for a call strike on the outside corner. O'Brien out of Everett, Washington. We'll go to Seattle University. And that's in the dirt. Ball and a strike. One ball, one strike, one out. Runner at first base. One out hit by Kevin Olmstead. And the pitch, that is fouled back. A little bit tardy on that one. Merchants come in hitting .315 as a team. And a 1-2. That is swung on and missed. And that will be out number 2. That's a pretty good pitch by Sam Beatty. That got in on his hands in a hurry. Top of the order now, Ty Holm. Holm, a left-handed hitter, been a tough out today. He is 2 for 2, a couple runs scored. He's been a big thorn in the BJ side. And that's a good pitch from Sam Beatty on the outside corner for strike 1. And here's the 0-1. That's bounced to the right side. Good play by O'Donnell. Backhand.
Good Saturday afternoon, sports fans. I'm KSN meteorologist Katie Western, and it's another great day for baseball here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Highs today going to top off around 90 degrees, pretty similar to yesterday, and not bad for this time of year, especially because the humidity has gone down significantly. So heat index not going to be a big problem for today. Still want to stay hydrated, though. We'll drop down to the 80s this evening. We'll keep with a slight breeze coming in out of the east, and I think rain will miss us off to the west today, but we will see some more clouds filtering in with that. Still some breaks of sunshine here and there. And by the time we headed home tonight, pretty comfortable with temperatures dropping down into the upper 70s. So enjoy the unusually comfortable summer weather here in Wichita.
And welcome back. We go to the top of the fifth. Here is Garrett Scott. We have a timing penalty. And that will be no contest there. First pitch to Scott is wide, ball one. Peter Irvin out for inning number 5. He's given up a run in the second and the third. Other than that, pretty smooth sailing. And that's wide, ball 2. Scott, a good day. He is 2 for 2, a run scored and a stolen base. Scott playing left field, hit .272 in the regular season. And that's in there for a call strike. Good fastball from Peter Irvin at 85. Scott out of Klein, Texas. And he takes a strike on the inside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good location. Peter Irvin, a pretty quick worker. And that is up the middle for a base hit. That went right up the box there. Irvin had to do a little slide step there to get out of the way. Third hit of the game for Scott. And he's aboard with nobody out. And here's Jared Robinson. Well, he's 0 for 2. Robinson, a couple of strikeouts out of Rockford, Illinois. Throw over to first, and Scott back in there. Scott with a stolen base in the third, and a run scored. Robinson hit .372 in the regular season. Pretty good lead over there, and the throw over. Irvin has cause for concern. Robinson does run well. And the pitch. That is popped up. Like the second baseman, Olmstead, making the call, shielding his eyes. And the play. Little snow cone action there, but Olmstead holds on. And Robinson 0 for 4. 1 out. Here is the cleanup guy, Colton Onstadt. And an RBI in the third. He's 0 for 2. And the pitch, that's high. Irvin pretty quick to home plate. He will utilize a couple of strategies to hold runners. He will hold the ball, does use a slide step. And he showed us a full leg kick there. 2 balls, no strikes. Activity in the Everett bullpen. And a 2-0. That is driven to right field for a base hit. We're going to hold the runner at second. Aluko up with it quickly and gets it in. 2 base hits in the inning. And that's Onstadt's first hit of the game. Thompson going to go out and talk to his pitcher. One out, runners at first and second. Here's Cale O'Donnell. O'Donnell 0 for 2. O'Donnell struck out in the first. It looks like we're going to have a visit to the mound. Looks like the manager, Harold Pate, out to the mound. It's his first visit. Looks like he is going to make the move. Looks like we're going to go to a right-hander. Looks like number 34, John Sammons, will come in out of Tacoma. 5'10", 190-pounder out of Bellevue. So Irvin will be lifted after 4 1/3. Couple of runners on.
For the Merchants, number 34, John Sammons. Sammons now on the mound for the Merchants.
Sammons, a right-hander out of Bellevue. He'll take over and inherit a couple of runners at second base. Get some numbers on him in just a moment. Don't forget, new game times tomorrow. First game will start at 11 o'clock. 4 games tomorrow, starting at 11 instead of 1:30. BJs have runners at first and second. It'll be up to O'Donnell to try to keep things going. Sammons has appeared in 18 games, 15 2/3 innings of work. He's given up 15 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, walked 8 and struck out 8. He's given up 4 doubles, 2.87 RBI. So Irvin will leave, leading at 4-2, but the 2 runners on are his responsibility. And Sammons, the right-hander, takes over. And the first pitch to O'Donnell is batted foul. Irvin went 82 pitches. Pitched well. So Sammons will take over. See if they can get him out of that jam. First and second, 1 out. Looking for a ground ball here. Off-speed pitch to O'Donnell. Must have been low, 1-1. And the pitch to O'Donnell. That's lifted to right field. Luco initially coming in and starts going back. Adjusts his route a little bit and makes the play. So O'Donnell gives it a ride, but he'll come up with nothing.
Company for the BJs. Third baseman, number 21, Trent Maloney.
And now here is Trent Maloney. 1 for 2, a run scored and a stolen base. Maloney out of Castle Rock, 6'2", 180-pound left-hander. Hit .309 in the regular season. First and second, 2 outs now. And that is lifted to center. Holm has a beat on it, and he's camped and makes the play. So that'll do it for the BJs in the top of the 5th. John Salmons comes in, gets out of the jam. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 4-2 Merchants. We'll be right back. And welcome back. We go to the home half of the 5th. Merchants dodge a little bit of adversity. They get out of the inning. John Salmons comes in and gets them out of it. For the bottom half of the 4th, it'll be 2, 3, and 4 for the Merchants. They lead it 4-2 over Liberal. It'll be Witt, Levin, and Atwell scheduled. Sam Beatty out for inning number 5 of work. I have him around 66 pitches. He gave up 3 runs in the 3rd, 1 in the 1st. Witt 1 for 2 and a run scored. And he takes an off-speed pitch on the outside corner, strike 1. Witt out of Granite Falls, Washington. Out of Lewis and Clark, just graduated. And he waves at that one. And he's behind in the count, 0-2. And here's the 0-2. That is popped up left side. Maloney giving chase near the stands. And it'll be 3 rows up. In and out of the hands of the fans. What's a tough section over there? They're booing him. Big baseball town here in Wichita. Expect the players to catch him and the fans to catch him. Not sure how they're going to score it. He's saying his wife called him off. I'm not buying it. Here's the 0-2. That is bounced to the right side. High hopper for Cook. Over to first in time. So the leadoff man is retired for the Merchants. Here's Jake Levin. Levin 1 for 1 with a walk. Couple of RBIs in the 3rd. He drove in Witt and Holm. 4-2 Merchants. We're in the bottom of 5. And that's in there for a call strike at the knees. Sam Beatty threw up a 0. Faced 4 hitters in the 4th. And that's in the dirt low. Ball 1. Ball and a strike. 1 out. And that's in there for a call strike. Good location on that fastball by Sam Beatty. 84 mile an hour. And that is up the middle for a base hit, just outside the reach of Cook. He laid out for it, unable to get any glove on it. And Levin is on with his 2nd hit of the game. Good piece of hitting by Jake Levin. Didn't try to do too much with it. And that's a 1-out base runner. Here's the cleanup guy, Austin Atwell. He is 0 for 2. First pitch to him is skied to right field. Shoemaker ranging over. And he makes the play for out number 2.
Batter was left fielder number 9, Austin Atwell. Happening, the right fielder number 31, Austin Aloko.
This will bring up the right fielder, Austin Aluko. He is 1 for 2 with an RBI. Bounced out to the third baseman first time up. 2 outs, runner at first. We're in the bottom of the 5th. 4-2 Merchants. That's in the dirt, and that's going to get by Schmidt. And Levin down to second on the wild pitch. Ball and no strikes. Runner at second base. 8 hits apiece. 8 hits for the BJs, 8 hits for the Merchants. And that is low. 2 balls, no strikes. And that is foul down the left-hand side.
That foul ball is brought to you by
2 balls and a strike.
Albino graphic specialist.
Aluko got pretty good wood on that one. And here's a 2-1. In the dirt. And looks like he checked his swing. 3 balls, 1 strike. We'll see if Sam Beatty can get healthy here in the count. Can't afford to put Aluko on. Runs very well. And here's the 3-1. And that's low, ball 4. So Aluko is aboard first and second with 2 outs. Looks like the skipper from the BJs, that will be Daniel Parker, going out to talk about it. Looks like that will be the pitching coach, Brad Powell. Tomorrow's schedule, remember, it starts early. It starts at 11. San Antonio will be taking on Hayes. Then at 1:30, it will be Mulvane, Kansas versus the San Diego Waves. 4 o'clock would be the Cheney Diamond Dogs versus the Seattle Studs. And at 7 o'clock would be the Wellington Heat versus the USA national team.
Number 21, Matt Thompson.
And this will bring up Matt Thompson. He's 0 for 2. Thompson doing the catching. Thompson out of Maple Valley, Washington. He will be a junior at Lewis and Clark. The first pitch to him is in there for a call strike on the outside corner. No balls and a strike, 2 outs, runners at first and second. A walk to Aluko and a base hit by Levin. And the 0-1. That is bounced to the left side. Robinson over to first in time. So Everett is going to leave a couple. We have played 5 here in Wichita. Everett 4, BJ's 2. We'll be right back.
For nearly 60 years, Goodwill has helped people like Alexis develop skills through job and education opportunities. A diagnosis of cerebral palsy at a young age has never gotten Alexis down. With the help of a Goodwill employment training specialist, she started working for a local nonprofit agency, which provides support for families of children with developmental disabilities. Now, she's the face of their Wichita office, and she enjoys making a difference in other people's lives. Donate, shop, educate, employ. Learn more and give at goodwillks.org.
And welcome back. We go to the top of the sixth. BJ's got a little work to do. They trail the Everett Washington Merchants 4-2. John Salmon's out for inning number 2. He was inserted in the 5th, got out of the inning. 7, 8, and 9 scheduled for the BJ's. Here is Kyle Schmidt. It'll be Schmidt, Cook, and Crossman. Schmidt 0 for 2, hit .389 in the regular season. He is doing the catching tonight. First pitch from Salmons. That's almost behind him. Ball 1. And that is lifted to the right side. Maluko giving chase. Nobody's able to get there. A lot of foul ground here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Much ground in left field, in right field not as much. Still a lot of ground to cover. Big ballpark, 330 down the lines, 385 in the alleys, and 400 to dead center. What wind we do have today is blowing in from right field. Looks like 5 to 10 mile an hour variety. Here is the 1-1. That is fisted foul. Ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. That is driven to left. That's going to get down for a base hit and over the head of Atwell. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. They're going to hold. Well, Atwell is going to be into third with a stand-up triple. Hesitated a little bit at second base. He had that play in front of him. That ball was played extremely poorly by Atwell out in left field. And that will be a leadoff triple by Kyle Schmidt. Here is Zach Cook. Cook steps in from the left side. He's got to be thinking he's wanting to get something to the right side. They're playing way back in the middle. First pitch is high, ball 1. Cook 1 for 2. Got an RBI in the second. He drove in Maloney. Singled and was stranded at third in the 4th. Off-speed pitch, spins wide. 2 balls, no strikes. And here's the 2-0. That is low. 3 balls, no strikes. Cook hit .297 in the regular season. Out of Flower Mound. And the pitch. That's in there for a strike on the outside corner. 3 balls and a strike. BJ's 27-12 coming in. They are the Jayhawk League champions. And here's the 3-1. That is popped up to the left side. Atwell will have another opportunity ranging over in foul ground. And the runner tags, and he will be in there standing up. So credit Cook with another RBI, and Schmidt scores. That'll cut the lead to 4-3. And 1 out. Looks like we're going to have a visit to the mound by the pitching coach. Two more games after this one. Colorado Cyclones will take on the Kansas Stars. And the Santa Barbara Foresters will meet the Derby Twins in the late game. 9-hole man Nate Crossman. He is 1 for 2, struck out in the second, singled and was stranded in the 4th. Shows bunt, and that's over his head. Ball 1. One out. Liberal with one run across. They trail 4-3. And he shows bunt again. That's in the dirt. Not sure how long they will go with Salmons. He's struggling a little bit out there. He is leaking oil all over the place. 2 balls, no strikes. That is bounced to the left side. A one hopper to Witt. He's up with it over to first in time for out number 2. And 2 outs. We're at the top of the order. Shoemaker 0 for 2, struck out in the 4th. Walked and stole a base in the 1st. And he takes a ball. Shoemaker out of Colfax, North Carolina. That has popped up. Looks like the first baseman, Levin, coming in, and he'll make the play right next to the mound. And that'll do it. But the BJs get one in the top of the 6th. They trail the Merchants 4-3. We'll be right back.
Open 7 days a week from 7 p.m. till 2 a.m. for your hometown ultimate party experience. Tonight's specials are $3 Coors Lights and Miller Lite, $4 Deep Eddy Vodka and flavors, $5 Crown Royal Whiskey and flavors, and Vegas Bombs. Remember, it's 21 and over to enter, and as always, no cover. Let's rev it up. Be sure to follow us on all social medias for exclusive player interviews and game updates. Add us on Snapchat to follow team takeovers every game. Check out our QR codes and snack codes in the tunnels leading into the stands and throughout the concourse.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Merchants lead it by 1, 4-3 over the BJs from Liberal. 7, 8, 9 scheduled for the Merchants. It'll be Anderson, Olmstead, and O'Brien. Sam Beatty out for inning number 6 of work, having for 82 pitches through 5 innings. Here's Connor Anderson. Anderson 0 for 2, couple strikeouts. And he takes a ball low. And that's in there for a call strike on the outside corner. That'll even it up 1-1. And the pitch. That is in there for a call strike. Beatty's been painting the outside corner. And the 1-2. That is wide. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Beatty out of Brisbane, Australia. He goes to Panhandle State. That is to the left side. Maloney up with it. Over to first, and that'll do it.
Second baseman number 5, Kevin Olmstead.
And that'll bring up Kevin Olmstead. He is 1 for 2. Singleton was stranded in the 4th, bounced out in the 2nd. And the first pitch, good off-speed pitch from Beatty. In there for a call strike. Merchants got their runs in the 1st, got 1 in the 1st and 3 in the 3rd. Other than that, it's been pretty slim pickings. And that is in there, good off-speed pitch from Beatty. And Olmstead in the hole, 0-2. Olmstead comes in hitting 143. And that is low. Tried to get him to chase something in the dirt. Olmsted wasn't biting. Ball and 2 strikes. And here it is. And that is fouled back. Looks like Olmsted a little bit fooled on that pitch. Maybe he was expecting something off speed. Ball and 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. And that is skied down the right field line. That'll be out of play.
That foul ball is brought to you by Aegis Group.
Stand starting to fill up.
Call Aegis or visit AegisGroupProtects.com.
We're wanting to get a look at the Kansas Stars and the Colorado Cyclones up next. Ball and 2 strikes to Olmsted. And he waved at that one. And that's strike 3. 2 down. This will bring up Connor O'Brien. 5 strikeouts on the game for Sam Beatty. Connor O'Brien reached on an error and scored in the 3rd, struck out in the 4th. First pitch to him. He swings and misses. Strike 1. O'Brien out of Everett, Washington. 6'2", 180-pounder. And that is wide. Good fastball from Sam Beatty at 85. And here's the 1-1. And that is low. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the 2-1. That is foul back. Just past 7 o'clock Central Time here in Kansas. Temperature around 82 degrees. Very comfortable. And here's the 2-2. That's in the dirt. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Merchants have gone in order here in the 6th. And a 3-2, that's bounced to the right side. Cook sliding up with it, and not in time. So that'll be a 2-out base hit for Connor O'Brien. And he will be aboard with 2 outs. We go to the top of the order. Here's Ty Holmes.
Center fielder number 37, Ty Holmes.
Two outs, runner at first. Home 2 for 3. First pitch to him is in there for a strike. Couple of runs scored. Bounced out to the first baseman last time. And that's just misses wide. Ball and a strike. Didn't miss by much. And here's the 1-1. That has popped up left side. Robinson, the shortstop, making the call and the play. So the 2-out hit gets stranded. We go to the 7th, 4-3 Merchants. We'll be right back.
Make the most of every single moment. After the game, head to visitwichita.com for all there is to see and do.
And welcome back. We go to the top of the 7th. BJ's trail the Merchants from Everett 4-3. 2, 3, and 4 scheduled for the BJ's. It will be Scott, Robinson, and Onstadt. John Salmons out for inning number 2 of work. He has given up 1 run so far. And the first pitch to Scott is high, ball 1. Scott, a tough out today. He's 3 for 3, a run scored and a stolen base. Do everything they can to keep him off the bag. And off-speed pitch is in there. Count even 1-1. Crowd continues to filter in. And that is wide. 2 balls and a strike. And here's the 2-1. That's low. 3 balls and a strike. Scott hit .272 this last season. He's out of Klein, Texas. 6'1", 190-pounder. Here's the 3-1. That is drilled to center field, home on his horse. He won't get it. It'll roll to the wall. And they will hold Scott at second base. Scott in there with a leadoff double at his 4th hit of the game. He is 4 for 4. Good luck getting him out of the lineup. That'll bring up Jared Robinson.
Scott records his 4th hit of the game. Brings up the shortstop, number 5, Jared Robinson.
Let's see if Robinson can do a job here. Maybe get something to the right side, get the runner over. Robinson 0 for 3. First pitch shows bunt and takes a pitch inside. Some activity now in the bullpen. Brandon Poche getting loose down there in the Washington bullpen. And that pitch is high. Robinson ahead in the count, 2 balls to nothing. That is lifted to the right side and shallow. Aluko comes in and makes the play. So Robinson unable to move the runner over. And we have 1 out in the inning. And here's Colton Onstadt. He's 1 for 3. RBI in the 3rd. Onstadt, the designated hitter, hit .347 this past summer. And the pitch. Swung on and foul straight back. Strike 1. And here's the 0-1. Off-speed pitch, that is bounced. Foul, just foul. Just missed going over the bag by a smidge. One out, Scott at second, courtesy of a leadoff double. His 4th hit of the ball game. Onstadt out of Potter, Nebraska. That is driven to right field. Aluko going back to the wall and makes the play. And Scott will move up, tag and move up to 3rd. Onstadt gave it a ride. The wind's not blowing in. That's out of here. And that's 2 out. Here's Cale O'Donnell. O'Donnell 0 for 3, struck out in the 1st. Chance to tie it up right here. Thompson out to talk to his pitcher, umpire out to break it up. Top of 7, 4-3 Merchants. Salmon's trying to get out of it without any damage. Off-speed pitch misses inside to Cale O'Donnell. O'Donnell 391 in the regular season. And the 1-0. That's high. I wonder just how long they'll go with Salmons. Just have to wait and see. Here's a 2-0. And that's wide. Well, correction, that's not wide. That is in there for a called strike on the outside batter's box. 2 balls and a strike now. And that's swung through and missed, 2-2. Salmon's pulled the string on him. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at third base. And that's inside. 3-2. 2 more games to follow. We'll have them both for you. Colorado Cyclones versus the Kansas Stars. And then the late game will be Santa Barbara versus the Derby Twins. And here's the payoff. Swung through and missed, and that'll do it. So the BJs are going to strand a leadoff double. Stretch time in Wichita. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 4-3 Merchants. We'll be right back.
At the start of a lovely day, you say a word you can't unsay. Nice job, Mom, you just scarred your son. Now he thinks naughty words are fun. He's just 3 years old. Now someday he'll be on parole. Don't be snitching. When your morning is hell, just go to Taco Bell.
When you've had a morning, let us make you an entire breakfast all wrapped up. The Breakfast Crunch Wrap, only at Taco Bell.
And welcome back. Successful stretch time in Wichita. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Close ball game here in game number 2. Everett Merchants lead the Liberal BJs 4-3. Sam Beatty out for inning number 7. I got him at 102 pitches. 2, 3, and 4 for the Merchants. They lead it 4-3. It'll be Witt, Levin, and Atwell. And the first pitch to Witt is low and away, ball 1. Witt out of Granite Falls, Washington. Left-handed hitter, left on left matchup. That is bounced off the bag at first, and that'll be a fair ball. That'll bound into right field. Shoemaker up with it quickly, able to hold Witt to a single. Be a leadoff base hit for Max Witt, and the Merchants have something cooking here in the bottom of the 7th. Looks like the Liberal skipper will make the trip to the mound. Looks like they're going to lift Sam Beatty. 6 innings, 102, 104 pitches. He will leave with 5 strikeouts. And he gives up 4 runs.
Changes fast pitching for Liberal. Number 40, Hayes Carter. Carter now
Looks like number 40, Chance Carner, will come in. He's out of Hopkinsville, Kentucky. 6'4", 185-pound right-hander out of Murray State. Some numbers on Carter in just a moment. Don't forget, game time's tomorrow, 11 o'clock. Numbers on Carner. He appeared in 13 games, 17 and 2/3 innings of work. He gave up 13 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, and 3 walks. Struck out 33. Earned run average of 1.5, so power pitcher. He'll be called on to keep the Merchants right where they're at. And here's Jake Levin. And he's first pitch swinging. That's popped on the right side. O'Donnell giving chase, but that'll be in the seats.
That foul ball is brought to you by Aegis Group. For all your sales needs, call Aegis or visit AegisGroupsProtects.com.
Levin 2 for 2 with a walk. Tough out today. And a pitch is driven to center. Crossman going back to his left near the track, and hauls it in. Long run for Crossman, but he hauls it in for out number 1. So bring up Austin Atwell. Atwell 0 for 3. Atwell out of Clarksville, Tennessee. Just graduated Lindsey Wilson. And the pitch. That is swung on and missed. Good fastball at 89 from Carter. And the pitch from Carter swung on and missed. Strike 2. And the runner goes, and the pitch is fouled back.
That foul ball is brought to you by Graphics, Wichita's final graphics specialist.
Merchants keeping the foot on the gas here in the home half of the 7th. Lead man aboard, Max Witt, singled in and he is at first base. And that is driven to right field. Shoemaker on the run near the line and makes the play. And that's 2 outs. This will bring up Austin Aluko.
Right fielder number 41, Austin Aluko.
1 for 2 and a walk. Austin playing right field tonight, steps in from the left side, be a right on left matchup. Runner at first base, 2 outs. Throw to first. And Witt's back in there standing up. And that is in there for a call strike on the outside corner. Pretty good location for Chance Carter. Runner goes, steps off. Nobody at second, and he'll be in there.
And with that stolen base, everyone gets a free crunchy taco from Taco Bell. Take your NBC game ticket to any participating Metro area.
And Witt will steal it.
To claim your free taco.
He broke while Carter was in the set position. Carter steps off, and nobody there at second base. So a runner at second with 2 outs. Gamble there. Will it pay off? That is a base hit to left field. Here's the throw home. And he'll get him. So Scott in left field throws a strike. Matt Witt trying to score on the base hit from Aluko, and he's out at home plate by a wide margin. So a good shot at Scott. He shot him at home plate. And we're going to go to the 8th. 4-3 Merchants. We'll be right back.
It's a Saturday morning of bliss, till your phone falls in the abyss. When your morning is out, just go to Taco Bell.
And let us make you an entire breakfast all wrapped up. The Breakfast Crunch Wrap, only at Taco Bell.
At 1:30, the Mulvane Patriots versus the San Diego Waves. 4 o'clock, TD Diamond Dogs versus Seattle Studs. And at 7 o'clock, the Wellington Heat versus the USA national team. That's tomorrow. Now pitching for the Merchants, number 40, Max Dwyer. Dwyer now on the mound for the Merchants.
And welcome back. We go to the top of the 8th. Liberal trails the Merchants 4-3. New pitcher for this Merchants, Max Dwyer, will take over. 6', 200-pounder out of Seattle. He's out of Bellevue University. 10 2/3 innings of work this summer. He's given up 8 hits, 4 runs. They were all earned. 3 walks, 11 strikeouts. He was 1-0 with an ERA of 3.38. He worked in 7 games this summer. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 for the BJs. Maloney, Schmidt, and Cook scheduled. And that's in there for a call strike. Maloney 1 for 3. Steps in from the left side. And that is fouled back. Maloney out of Castle Rock. 6'2", 180-pounder. Singled in the second, stole a base, and scored. Popped out last time up. And the 0-2. Change of pace, swung on and missed. Maloney back to the dugout, and he will be called out. That'll be 1 out in the inning. Absolutely filthy slider from Max Dwyer. And here's the catcher, Kyle Schmidt. Tripled in the 6th and scored. He's 1 for 3. First pitch from Dwyer. That misses inside. Good fastball at 88. Schmidt out of Smithville, Texas. He's out of the University of Richmond. 6'10", 6', 210-pounder. And he takes a pitch high. 2 balls, no strikes. And here's the 2-0. That is in there for a call strike. 2 balls and a strike. Denning Gehrig will have the next game, so you want to stay tuned for that. And a 2-1. That is fouled back off the press box. That'll wake him up down there. pay attention at the ballpark. The ball will find you. Remember the old coaching days when you had those players that wasn't as good as the others, and the ball seemed to always find them. Same thing with fans. And a 2-2. That is swung on and squirted foul. Out of play. Count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. Trent Maloney struck out to start the 8th. BJ's running out of time. They trail the Everett Washington Merchants 4-3. 10 runs for the 10 hits for the BJ's, 11 hits for the Merchants. And that is bounced to the left side. Witt up with it. Long throw over in the dirt. Picked nicely by Levin. That was not a short hop. That was a little in-betweener. Schmidt runs well. And he just got him. And 2 outs. Here's Zach Cook. Cook 1 for 3. And an RBI in the 6th. He drove in Kyle Schmidt. And the first pitch is wide, ball 1. And a ball, no strikes. And that is in there for a call strike at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, nobody on. We're in the top of the 8th. Liberal trails at 4-3. And the pitch. That is squirted foul down the left side. That'll make the seats. In and out of the hands of a fan. Got to look those in, sir. There's no place on this scorebook to score fans, so I won't score it. Here's the 1-2. And that swung on and foul straight back. Looked like Cook was on time with that one. Just got a smidge under it. Cook out of the University of Texas, Arlington. Six foot, 175-pounders. And the 1-2. That is fisted foul. He got his hands through there in a hurry and yanked that one down in the beer garden. Ball and 2 strikes. I reckon he might be 175 pounds if he's holding a cinder block and soaking wet. Very gritty player. Playing second base tonight, hit 300 in the Jayhawk League, so the boy can play. Ball and 2 strikes. That is fisted foul back this way. Good battle up there by Zach Cook. He's making Dwyer work for it. Dwyer out of the stretch position when nobody's on. Going to have the Colorado Cyclones and the Kansas Stars about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. You don't want to miss it. And the 1-2. That is fisted foul. Good command of the strike zone by Zach Cook. Cook was credited with an RBI in the 6th. He drove in Kyle Schmidt for the 3rd run of the inning, for the 3rd run of the game. And that's where we're at. BJ 3, Everett 4. That is driven to right center. Home back and to his left near the track and hauls it in. Cook gives it a ride, but the BJs go in order in the top of the 8th. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. 4-3 Merchants. We'll be right back.
For 6 generations, this land has provided for this Kansas farmer's family. Now, it also provides affordable, clean energy for Kansas. Watch the full story at weststarenergy.com/clean energy.
And welcome back. We go to the home half of the 8th. Merchants lead the BJs 4-3. Chance Carter out for inning number 2 of work. He was inserted in the 7th. 6, 7, and 8 scheduled for the Merchants. It'll be Thompson, Anderson, and Olmsted. Here's Matt Thompson. He'll get his first look at Chance Carter. Carter out of the stretch position. Nobody on. And that is a good fastball on the inside corner at 85 for strike 1. Thompson hitless today, hit .381 in the regular season. And that is swung on and missed. A good hack at that one. He's behind in the count, 0-2. Bounced out to the shortstop in the 5th, struck out in the 3rd. And that is wide. Tried to get him to chase something on the outside corner, nothing doing. Ball and 2 strikes. Little change of pace, is fouled off. Good job from Matt Thompson staying back on that pitch. That was a wicked off-speed pitch. Ball and 2 strikes. And that is sprayed foul on the right side. Ten runs for the BJs, 11 for the Merchants. Pretty even. And that's high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2, that is down the first base line, just inside the bag fair. And Thompson will turn the bag, and he'll be into second, standing up. So a leadoff double for Matt Thompson. And that got him healthy in a hurry. He's 1 for 4. That'll bring up Connor Anderson. Anderson also 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts. Pretty good hitting there by Matt Thompson. Didn't try to do too much with it. Inside out of that one. And squirted it down the first base line. They're going to have a conference on the mound. Carner out of Murray State. He's from Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Conference over. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter. Pinch runner, I mean. Guess we'll call him Bob because he's not on the roster. Number 1 will be pinch running.
Pinch running at second base will be number 1 for the Everett Merchants. Nominee, the designated hitter, number 22, Steve DeVerde.
Looks like a pinch hitter for the designated hitter, Anderson, number 22. He squares to bunt. That's back to the pitcher. Pitcher up with it over to Cook, who is covering for out number 1. Thompson over to third, and he does a job. And this will bring up Kevin Olmstead. Olmstead 1 for 3, struck out in the 6th, base hit in the 4th. And that is bounced to the left side. That'll be over the head of Maloney and into left field. Thompson will score, and that'll make it 5-3 Merchants. Maloney was pulled in because the runner at third base, that was one of them artificial surface hops that got right over his head into left field for a base hit. Olmstead with his second hit of the game. He is down there at first base. Credit him with an RBI. One out. Here's Connor O'Brien. And that's in there for a call strike. O'Brien 1 for 3 today. Reached on an error in the 3rd and scored. And a base hit in the 6th and was stranded. Throw over to first. Olmstead is chased back. Got a little behind schedule today because the first game between the Colorado Sox and the San Diego, California Force went 17 innings. And that's ball high. Force came out on top 3-0. And here's the 1-1. That is foul back. Good crowd filing in for the next game between the Colorado Cyclones and the Kansas Stars. Ball and 2 strikes. O'Brien hitting the 9 spot. He hit .267 in the regular season. And that is foul back. Santa Barbara will take on Derby in the late game. When I say late game, I'm probably meaning early morning. And here's the 1-2. Just missed outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good fastball from Chance Carner. And here's a 2-2. That is in there for a call, strike 3. Two down, top of the order. Here's Ty Holmes. Home 2 for 4, a couple of runs scored. Steps in from the left side. This is his first look at Carner. First pitch, that is through the left side for a base hit. Hit number 3 for Home. Homestead down to second, first and second, 2 outs. Merchants get a run here in the bottom of the 8th. They lead it 5-3. 10 hits for the BJs, 14 hits for the Merchants. Here's Max Witt. Witt singled and stole a base in the 7th. He is 2 for 4. And that is popped up. Scott and left, drifting over near the line, and he'll haul it in, and that'll do it for the Merchants. They get a run, they leave a couple. We go to the 9th. Merchants 5, BJ's 3. We will be right back.
Starkey helps make Wichita a winning community.
Starkey provides jobs for people with disabilities.
Starkey reminds us that we have more in common than we know.
Starkey connects me to my community. Starkey is one of the things that makes our community very, very fabulous. Right, Joe?
Right.
And welcome back. We go to the top of the ninth. BJ's down to their final 3 outs. They trail the Merchants from Everett, Washington, 5-3. It'll be Crossman, Shoemaker, and Scott.
For Liberal, number 30, Josh Crosby.
Correction, we will have a pinch hitter. Josh Crosby will step in for Nate Crossman. First pitch swinging, and that is popped up to the right side. Second baseman Olmstead making the play. 1 pitch and 1 out. Crosby is retired.
Right fielder, number 25, Marcus Shoemaker.
Top of the order, here's Marcus Shoemaker. He's 0 for 3. Looks like they're going to continue to go with Max Dwyer. And that is driven down the right side, out of play. Looks like Shoemaker will need a new piece of wood. BJ's down to their final 2 outs. They need a couple to tie and 3 to force bottom of the ninth. And that's an off-speed pitch that misses high and away. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Shoemaker out of Colfax, North Carolina. Hits from the left side, open stance, and a 1-1. That is fouled back this way. And that landed 3 boosts down. Still waiting on that first foul ball. I can be patient. And here's the 1-2. Dwyer with the set. And that is popped up. And that'll be land just above us.
That ball was brought to you by Aegis Group. For all your insurance needs, call Aegis or visit AegisGroupProtects.com.
Shoemaker in the hole, 1 and 2, 1 out, nobody on. BJ's need a couple of runs here in the top of the ninth to keep things going. And here's the 1-2. That is bounced to the right side, foul. Ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff man, Marcus Shoemaker. And here it is. Tried to check his swing. They're going to appeal to third base, and he didn't go. Looked like he checked his swing from here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dwyer trying to finish it out for the Merchants. Get the win for Peter Irvin. That is high and away. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And 3-2 again. Here's Dwyer with the set and the sign. And that's fouled back this direction. Almost. And here's the 3-2. We'll do it all over again. 1 out. And that is popped up. Thompson giving chase. And that'll be on the roof. Coming up on 8 o'clock Central Time, a little bit behind schedule. And the 3-2 from Dwyer. And that's high and he'll losing. So that'll send a tying run to the plate. A 1-out walk issued by Max Dwyer. And that'll bring up Garrett Scott. 4 hits tonight, a double in the 7th. He can tie it up with 1 swing. Tying run at the plate, 1 out. And here it is. That's in there for a call strike on the outside corner. Ball and a strike, 1 out. Shoemaker drew a 1-out walk and is at first base. They throw over. He's back in there. Josh Crosby led it off. He popped up for out number 1. And here's the 0-1. That is wide. That'll even it up 1-1. Colorado Cyclones and the Kansas Stars waiting to take the field. And here's the 1-1. And looks like Garrett Scott's going to call time. Max Dwyer doing a pretty good job of holding the runner over at first base. Marcus Shoemaker always a threat to run. Hold the ball, that takes a little spring out of your step. And excuse me swing, and that is batted foul.
Everybody clap your hands.
Ball and 2 strikes to Garrett Scott.
Check it out, y'all.
Garrett Scott out of Klein, Texas, 6'1", 190. Goes to Western Texas. Good lead over there by Marcus Shoemaker. And the 1-2, that is fouled back. Stadium starting to, it's almost completely full. A few seats here and there. Not many. And here's the 1-2. That's in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here's the 2-2. Dwyer with a check. And the kick. That is foul back. Foul straight back. He was on time. Just got under it. And it will remain 2 balls, 2 strikes. Denning Gehrig will have game number 3 between the Cyclones and the Stars. And the 2-2. That is foul back. .35 pitches for Dwyer since he came in. And here's the 2-2. and that's high. So Scott works a full count. Gotta wonder if they may start the runner here, stay out of the double play. Three balls, two strikes. Large contingent of Liberal fans here. Runner does not go, and it's foul straight back. Good battle being put up by Garrett Scott. Two quality athletes head-to-head here between Garrett Scott and Max Dwyer. Dwyer out of Seattle, Washington. He'll be a junior at Bellevue. Let's see who wins it. And that is wide, ball four. Back-to-back walks issued by Max Dwyer. Catcher will go out and talk with him. It's actually Spencer Weiss behind the plate now out of Maple Valley, Washington. Looks like the manager for Seattle for Everett will make the way out. We'll see if they make a change. They may just want to talk about it. Jaron Robinson will be up. He is hitless today, a couple of strikeouts. Wouldn't be surprised if you see a pinch hitter. Looks like the conference is over. Don't forget tomorrow, games start at 11 a.m. San Antonio will take on Hayes Larks, and at 1:30 be Mulvane and San Diego. Cheney will take on Seattle Studs at 4 o'clock, and Wellington versus the USA national team at 7 o'clock. Conference over. Dwyer still working for the Merchants. And that is dumped into right center. One run will score. And they're going to hold the trail runner at third. And Liberal cuts the lead to 5-4. BJs never give up. Scott over to third. Shoemaker will score. And Robinson in with a one-out double. One out, here's Colton Onstadt. BJs have something cooking. Tying run at third, go-ahead run at second. Onstadt 1 for 4 today. Wouldn't be surprised if they wouldn't put him on. That confidence in Max Dwyer, they'll let him pitch to him. That's in the dirt. Blocked nicely by Spencer Weiss. Ball, no strikes. Tying run at third. And here it is. And that's wide. Ball 2. Any wind we have is blowing in from center now. Temperature 81 degrees, just absolutely perfect. 2-0. And here it is. That's inside. 3 straight balls issued by Dwyer. He's already walked a couple in the inning. He walked Shoemaker and Scott. Jaron Robinson. And they're going to walk him. So go ahead and walk Onstadt. Set up the force. This will bring up Cale O'Donnell. Hitless today, couple of strikeouts. O'Donnell hit .391 in the regular season. He is playing first base. Looks like they're going to bring the first baseman in. Third baseman up even with the bag. And the first pitch to O'Donnell in there for a call strike. Dwyer hadn't been around the zone much. He's going to have to establish it pretty quick. No balls and a strike, one out. Bases are loaded, full of BJs. They trail it 5-4. And that is in there for a call strike on the corner. Few groans from the crowd. That was close. I don't think they're going to riot or anything. Here's the 0-2. And the pitch, that is outside. Ball and 2 strikes. O'Donnell out of Fort Collins, Colorado, 6'2", 200-pounder. Metro State. We'll have nothing more than a base hit right here. Here's the 1-2. And that's in the dirt, blocked nicely by the catcher. That saved a run right there. First baseman playing in front of the runner. Double play depth in the middle. Straight away in the outfield and deep. And the 2-2. That is swung on and missed. And that'll do it for O'Donnell. And that's 2 down. BJ's down to their final out. This will bring up Trent Maloney. He's 1 for 4, a run scored and a stolen base. Singled in the second and scored. And the horn goes off. Ball 1. Looks like Max Dwyer was a little tardy getting started on the mound, and he will be given a 1-ball penalty. Ball 1. Here's the 1-0. And that is driven to center. Home is right there. And we'll make the play, and that'll do it. So the Merchants hang on for a 5-4 victory. Here's your numbers for the BJs. 4 runs, 11 hits, no errors. And for the Merchants, 5 runs, 14 hits, no errors. And the winning pitcher the win will go to Peter Irvin, and the loss will go to Sam Beatty. And stay tuned. We will have the Colorado Cyclones and the Kansas Stars up right after this. For Chris, Jack, and Vic, I'm Todd Hook signing off for now. We will see you later.